What's going on, Legion? Azrael here, like always, and we got ERB, Freddy Krueger versus Wolverine. YouTube, you're killing me, man. You're actually killing me. Like, I've been watching ERB for a long time, since, like, day one. Like, if you don't like ERB, that's cool, that's fine. Well, why are you here? But secondly, like, why the fuck am I subscribing to people and clicking that stupid-looking bell if I'm not going to get anything for it? Like, whether it's like Mortal Kombat stuff from the official Mortal Kombat, blah, 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 ERB, or anything else that I click on, I'm just not getting it. This is like 6-7 days old now, and I didn't even know it was a thing. So thanks, YouTube, for making me miss this. Now, secondly, let's just get into it, check it out, see what it's all about, let's hope it's good. If you haven't been here for my Dark Phoenix and or in-game reactions, then you don't know I'm a huge Marvel fan. Wolverine's cool and everything, and I like him, but he's not one of my favorites. But he's like one of them. He has an awesome story. And if you haven't been here for the Child's Play reactions, which is the newest Chucky that's coming out, you haven't heard me talk about how much I love slasher films like Halloween, Friday, Freddy Krueger is awesome, and some of the other, cornier ones like Chucky and all that stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan, and I've literally been doing reactions about just kind of X-Men and Marvel, and I've been ranting and raving about, slasher films in the last 2 Chucky reactions I've done. And all of a sudden, here we are, right here. The worlds collide. So let's just get into it. Like I said, check it out, see what it's all about. Oh, please, God, I want it to be good. I really want it to be good. Please be good. Let's turn this up. It's fully up.
Wolverine.
I might have to turn it down a little bit. That's good.
Freddy's coming for you.
Oh shit.
3, 4, better lock your.
Welcome to prime time, bitch. Better stay awake like a meth head. Spread red on your bedspread till you're lying there on your deathbed. You got a healing factor? I gotta kill bitches on the ceiling factor. Under that mask, you're a singer/actor. Under my skin, I'm a slasher. Bitch, I come from Wes Craven's twisted mind. You come from comic books that kids get when they're well behaved at Christmas time. Lock 'em, Seagulls, calm. They want their hairstyle returned. And that wasn't even my main diss. It was just a sideburn.
Nice glove, bub, but I'm real from bones to teeth. That claw's like a strap-on. There's a pussy underneath. Don't sleep. That's all you got for me? Could defeat your ass with a cup of tea. I've been to hell and back and whooped Satan's ass. You got beat by a Nancy on Elm Street. You wanna talk about Plz Make? The PTA turned your face into Deadpool's ball sack. Wrapped in a Where's Waldo sweater. Jason can't talk and he rocks the mic better. So step into my cat now, see if you can hack that. Better hang on to your whack hat, cause your worst nightmare ain't you jack shit compared to the least of my Weapon X flashbacks. On the Adamantium, champion, X-Man. You'll only ever be half of Edward Scissorhands. So don't get me more pissed, chump. I'll take your whole franchise out with a fist bump.
Look at the size of your body. How can I possibly think I'm in trouble? I can't tell the difference between your action figure and your stunt double. What's the matter? You look tired, eh? I'll be in your bed tonight, unlike Jean Grey. As for me, I'm a chick magnet, so heavy metal bitches are real attracted. What the fuck's a Wolverine? Some kind of an angry beaver? I was more intimidated by a tiny Canadian the first time I saw Justin Bieber.
That verse stung, bub, but I've already recovered. I'll call you tomorrow morning if I need my toast butter. I ain't got time for this. Saving the world, what qualities do you bring? You're a pedophile from the Midwest. At least R. Kelly could sing. So you got the wrong room if you're looking for fear. Only thing scares me is a fridge with no beer. That face tells me you've met your match. But come back if you've got another itch to scratch.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I missed some of it because I was laughing. Sponsored by our Patreon. Hey, go check them out, man. I like the credits. I like how it's all being done right here. This is cool. It's different. It's completely different. I'm gonna check some of this out that I missed, so let's go back a little bit.
Ceiling factor. Under that mask, you're a singer slash actor. Under my skin, I'm a slasher slash slasher.
Alright.
Bitch, I come from Wes Craven's twisted mind. You come from comic books the kids get when they're well behaved at Christmas time. Like a Seagulls come, they want their hairstyle returned. And that wasn't even my main diss, it was just a sideburn.
I missed that.
Nice glove, bub. But
Fucking
I'm real
sequels.
from bones to teeth. That claw's like a strap on. There's a pussy underneath. Don't sleep. That's all you got for me? Could defeat your ass with a cup of tea. I've been to hell and back and whooped Satan's ass. You got beat by a Nancy on Elm Street. You wanna talk about Plz Make? The PTA turned your face into Deadpool's ball sack. Wrapped in a Where's Waldo sweater. Jason can't talk and he rocks the mic better.
That was the best.
See if you can hack that. Better hang on to your whack hat, cause your worst nightmare ain't you jack shit compared to the least of my Weapon X flashbacks. On the Adamantium, champion, X-Man. You'll only ever be half of Edward Scissorhands, so don't get me more pissed, chump. I'll take your whole franchise out with a fist bump.
Look at the size of your body, how could I possibly think I'm in trouble? I can't tell the difference between your action figure and your stunt double. What's the matter, you look tired, eh? I'll be in your bed tonight, unlike Jean Grey. As for me, I'm a chick magnet, so heavy metal bitches are real attracted. What the fuck's a Wolverine? Some kind of an angry beaver? I was more intimidated by a tiny Canadian the first time I saw Justin Bieber.
Okay. I was laughing. I missed that part.
That verse stung, bub, but I've already recovered. I'll call you tomorrow morning if I need my toast butter. I ain't got time for this.
I don't think I get that.
What qualities do you bring? You're a pedophile from the Midwest. At least R. Kelly could sing. So you got the wrong room if you're looking for fear. Only thing scares me is a freak with no beer. That face tells me you've met your match. But come back if you've got another itch to scratch.
Only thing that scares me is a fridge with no beer. There's definitely a lot of things that, like right around this area, toast butter, and it looked like it was like Gandalf and stuff, and yeah, it was like right around here, like some of this stuff right here, right before the Edward Scissorhands. There's a lot of stuff that they were saying that I didn't catch. Like I'm not gonna go and I'm not gonna go back and watch it or whatever like that, but there's definitely a lot of disses right there that I didn't see, that I didn't get, because I was reading it, but I'm also like watching it because you want to catch all the little things, and so yeah, there's definitely some stuff that I was definitely missing right there. So, which is like what I'm gonna go back and watch it again. There was some great disses on there. Like the one I just said was really good. Now I'm not gonna be able to remember what I just said it was. Oh shit! I just had it in my head too. What the hell did he say? I had a weird. It was like really weird about Freddy Krueger's the prosthetic they used, where he couldn't really speak all that well. Like there's a line right here where it says, "I don't sleep. That's all you got for me. Could defeat your ass with a cup of tea." And I was like, okay, if I'm missing like a subtle thing right there, then I'm missing it, and I still don't get it. The R. Kelly disc. That's probably what it. The Deadpool's ball sack. Well, oh, it's right here. This is probably. He doesn't even speak and he rocks the mic better. That part, like the R. Kelly part was good. Like that was super topical, super good. And I lost it, but bringing in Jason, that was really cool. I'm glad they kind of brought in like at least one other slasher film guy. They didn't have, of course, Michael. I'm a huge Halloween fan. That's probably one of my favorites, if not it is the favorite. But the R. Kelly part, I don't really think that Freddy Krueger had anything disworthy that I thought was like, oh my god. The Justin Bieber was probably one of the harder hit lines that I caught. But like I said, I'll go back and I'm going to watch this probably again. This was not my favorite music. And, of course, England, the voice of Freddy, is an awesome voice actor. I always like to pick out the voice actors like as like this whatever you want to say. You can say weeb, whatever. I like anime. I love watching anime of all kinds, whether it's anime or DC animated movies or whatever, and I like to hear. I always catch voice actors that I recognize. I love it. It's just something my ear catches. I'm a big fan of that. Like as a kid, I watched the Superman animated series, and the voice of Metallo is I'm never gonna remember his name now, Malcolm McDowell, and he was also the voice of President Eden, president of the Enclave in Fallout 4. And I didn't know that beforehand. I heard him talk and go, son of a bitch. So, of course, when you don't have anybody that could even remotely do England's voice, it's not going to be good. At least for me personally. Well, where's a good... let's just go with this. This is a good one right here. Yeah, that was, of course, the only drawback from the entire thing. I love England's voice. He's just so good. He played the Scarecrow in Injustice 2, I believe, which was awesome. So that was definitely something I noticed. And for me personally, I was like, whatever. And, of course, Freddy's face. It looked good, but the guy didn't talk very well. Like, physically, you couldn't tell. So that was, like, one thing. I think Wolverine was all around good. He looked better with all that shit off him. When the Weapon X flashbacks that were harder than the Freddy Krueger dream, that part was awesome. I definitely think Wolverine had not only just topical stuff with like the R. Kelly, but like comparing Freddy's nightmares to the flashbacks of the Weapon X program. For anybody that's a nerd of Marvel and you know that story, you're like, yeah. Like I like Freddy, of course, probably like incites fear. That's what the nightmare is. The nightmare makes you scared. But how that's his power. It's, even if you're the most hard guy ever, any of the hardest people can have a nightmare that not rationally makes you scared in that dream. Right? That's what a nightmare is. It's not reason. You can't control it like that. So, of course, Freddy's power is to make you more scared than you normally would be in your dream or nightmare. And, but how does that compare to somebody that lived through the nightmare? And in present day storyline, he still doesn't really have his full memories back, and he lives with that emptiness and those flashbacks, and it's constant pain for him. So that, as a nerd for Marvel and somebody that knows the Elm Street stuff and loves the horror and the slasher films, that was a great just blending. I like how we've had Napoleon Dynamite versus Napoleon Bonaparte, and we've definitely had some similarities for names. Both like RoboCop and the Terminator, and we've had matchups like that. We even had, I guess, time connections like Bruce Lee and fucking can't remember his name now. The Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood. So we had the biggest people in like the 70s, 80s, or 60s, whatever Bruce was. The biggest people of like that generation. And they've seen pretty Teddy Roosevelt versus Winston Churchill, leaders of the respective countries, and so like it definitely had a lot of similar names to it. And I remember watching early years of like people suggesting a lot of just name-based, like Napoleon Bonaparte, Napoleon Dynamite. Those were a lot of the comments that I saw. I remember one of the ones that I did was Al Bundy versus Al Bundy, I think, or Ted Bundy. Al Bundy versus Ted Bundy, the serial killer cannibal, I believe, versus the Married with Children and now Modern Family actor. I always thought that would be a fun put together. But in this, we literally have people with claws. That's what it's gotten to. That's where their matching has come from. The fact that two people have claws. I think that's kind of funny. That's just kind of a cool way to pair up somebody. People that have nothing to do with each other except for the accessory on their hand and or hands. They come from two different worlds that do not blend in the traditional sense. And the fact that they can do that, the fact they have done that with the with one similarity is an awesome way to make two worlds collide. Big fan. Always love ERB. And I thought this was a good video. Not one of my favorites, I will be honest. I thought it was good. I give it probably a 7.5 out of 10, I think. There's a lot of them that are really good. And every time I do an ERB, I always say that, like, Hannibal Lecter and Jack the Ripper, Goku, Superman, fucking Stan Lee, R.I.P. versus the dipshit with the Kermit, and then Walt Disney. That has some of the best music. So does the Hannibal Lecter one. Skrillex versus was it Bonaparte? Those were all some of my favorites off the top of my head. Those were all good ones. Of course, Bruce Lee versus Bruce Lee versus Clint Eastwood. Abe Lincoln versus Chuck Norris, the old school season 1. I still remember the whole part where he goes like super big and he's like, "I'm Chuck fucking Norris. I've spent more blood and gore than you have in your entire 40 score," or however that part goes, you know. And he's like, "I split the Union with a roundhouse kick. I wear a black belt on the beard that I grow on my dick." And I'm like, yes, please. It's such a good one, you know, because it's all about the Chuck Norris facts, right? About, you know, I don't go swimming, water just wants to be around me, you know. And there's the one about the sharks that I don't like that part very much. And he's like, "I make the speed of light, wish it was faster. You may have freed the slaves, but Chuck is everyone's master." And it's like, yes, like I think that's still probably one of my top 2 right there. It's so good. I've watched it so much. ERB is a great thing. If you like our ERB, check them out. Subscribe to their channel. Check out their Patreon if that's what you want to do. If that's what you have the ability to do, check them out. And with that, I'm going to stop rambling. It's 16 minutes. Holy crap. I had a lot to say. If you stayed at the very end, I do appreciate it. And I'll see you on whatever video I'm doing next. Later, guys.